There we go, it's just very slow today. Tidders, welcome in and congratulations on being officially the fastest thing alive.
HeroQuest is the best game ever made, and anyone who says otherwise is wrong.
Hello Cypher, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Hello Cyborg, welcome in. Unfortunately, you were up against the fastest fingers in the north.
Hello there.
I'm out of ad prison now. Oh no. I'm sorry. I wish I could do something about that, but Twitch is in control of it, unfortunately. Someone other than Torpor got first. Wow, harsh, but okay. So, as the stream title suggests, I am having a bit of a bad arthritis day, so we're not going to be doing any painting today. 'Cause the last thing I need is to do the whole claw hand thing, trying to paint little rats. But the weather's been really fucking screwy this week, so my hands are just like, ow. So instead we're going to solve a murder. Know what you can do? Ad block, yeah? Ad block, if you can find one that works, because they do have a habit of killing them. Twitch says no, yeah. So when Twitch gets wind of an ad blocker, it will block the ad blocker. And then you have to find a new ad blocker, which is the problem I had, which resulted in me going, oh, for fuck's sake, I'll just subscribe to Twitch Turbo. And then when I wasn't watching streams very often, oh, for fuck's sake, I'm just going to cancel Twitch Turbo. And I go in that little cycle, like every few months or so. If you block ads, you get a 20-second go fuck yourself video instead, yeah. I refuse to give them money, and that is perfectly reasonable, Rocket. I do not blame you in the slightest. No wrong with that. That is your prerogative. Unless it just blocks the video outright, it's 50-50 really. Yeah, it's like, you know, well, what are you gonna fucking do? But yeah. Welcome in, Rocket. I hope you're doing well today. Oh, yeah, today's prize is a copy of While True Learn, which is a programming puzzle game. One which I already own, which is why it's in the giveaway today. Hey, Torpor, welcome in. No worries at all. I hope your dealings with the NHS are going okay. Yeah, so we're going to play a game called Tangle Tower. Some of you may have seen this game before on your mobile devices. It is a mobile game that has been ported to the PC. How did I find out about it? I picked it up on my phone when I was feeling mopey and have been quite enjoying it, so I figured I'd share it with you folks. No worries at all, Cypher, you enjoy your dinner, and when you come back, please do tell us what you had. I don't know why the tip jar is so full of Murrays. I like it, but I do not know why it's still so full of Murrays. I'm going to have to go in and tweak the settings and see why the Murrays are not dissipating. Oh, chicken chow mein, lovely. Okay, so hopefully the volume's all right and everything. I have adjusted it already. But if anything's too loud or too quiet, you let me know, okay? Rentsy! Thank you so much for trusting me with your community today. Hope your stream went well. I saw you were playing Alan Wake Remastered, and I'll be honest with you, I was going to pop in and say hello, but I haven't played any of the Alan Wake games yet. I really need to, and I don't want to spoil them for myself. But I hope you were having fun with it. Welcome on in, everyone. For anyone that's not been here before, My name is HobbyTan. I'm a variety streamer based in Scotland. My pronouns are they, them. And I would normally be painting miniatures today, but my arthritis is acting up, so we're playing a game called Tangle Tower instead. Rentsy, if you need to raid and rest, my friend, please do. Don't feel like you have to stick around after the raid. Same goes for anybody in chat that's come through with the raid and has things they need to be doing. Self-care is very, very important here, so please do prioritise that over hanging out. Though it is lovely to have you here. Denim chicken raid. Hello, Jittery Pancakes, welcome in. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. And thank you for the follow as well. Cerulean Knight, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. And hey, Big, how you doing? Yeah, we had a cutie raid. We did. Oh dear. Chibi-Tan's having a bit of a problem with pronouns for a couple of people, and I'm sorry about that. They generally do the first time they meet somebody. They just freak out a little bit. But hopefully they'll sort it out soon. Not a cutie. Okay, not a cutie raid then. Alan Wake is going well. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm really glad to hear that. I do really need to get on it at some point. It's on the list. Okay, so we're gonna start. So I've played a fair bit of this on my phone, but we're gonna start from scratch today so that you folks can enjoy it properly. So we're going to a place called Tangle Tower. It's the mid-afternoon. Yeah, I mean, very true. It is very true.
You ready, Sally?
Grimoire, I've been standing here for 7.5 minutes.
I think you folks are gonna like Sally.
Just checking.
I mean, you might also like Detective Grimoire, who is this person here, but I think you folks are gonna like Sally. I have sort of formed opinions about which characters I think you folks are gonna like the most.
Yeah, but it's basically blank. Did you read the case file? What do you think?
I'm not sure yet. It's really not a lot to go on. Did you read it?
Yeah, I'll read it on the way to the crime scene.
So this is actually a sequel. No worries at all, Rentsy. Good luck with your errands. I hope they are all successful. And thank you again for the raid. Take care. So, yeah, this is actually a sequel to a game called Detective Grimoire, because you play as Detective Grimoire. But they are self-contained games, so I figured we'd start with this one, because this is the one I've played the most of, and this is the most well-reviewed one of the two as well. So this is our case file. Murder victim Freya Fellow, aged 19, died whilst painting a portrait of Flora Fellow, age 58. Location, Flora's tower. Flora was present as she was posing for a portrait. Freya Fellow was found lying on her back with a single stab wound on her chest. No weapon was found at the scene, but the subject of Freya's unfinished painting is holding a knife. The red colour on the tip of the knife is not paint, it was discovered to be blood. Small painting on a scrap of paper. A few notes have been written on the back. Nowadays it goes by Tangle Tower, but it's actually a pair of towers connected by a mansion at the base. It is surrounded by a circular lake. The water is an unusual mix of colours. The lake is enclosed by sheer, pale cliffs. They're too steep and smooth to climb. Tangle Tower is currently home to both the Fellow family and the Pointer family. Okay, so that's all the information we've got at the moment.
It's a bird bath.
With a little bird in it.
Is that just rainwater? Looks a little weird.
The birds seem to like it.
They're even singing a little tune. Toot, 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 toot.
Please don't do that.
What are they?
Wind chimes. silent wooden wind chimes.
This is a very, very pretty game. Like, it's even prettier blown up like this, but lovely music, lovely atmospherics, and really beautiful art. And the character designs are really great as well. Like, I think Sally does it as well. I'm gonna click on her. Watch what her character does when I do.
So, who do you think did it?
Comes up, she literally just turns to look at you, and all the characters have a little animation like that for when you interact with them. It's really, really nice
you
stuff.
know full well we haven't met a single suspect yet. We haven't even been to the crime scene.
Ooh, very nice, Rocket. That sounds lovely.
Still, I reckon I've got it all worked out. It's a garden, I think. It's currently far away.
We could walk closer to it.
Ready when you are.
Okay, so as you can see, the map is quite big, but we've only got the one location at the moment. And that's fine. We'll unlock them fairly quickly.
What animal is that?
Hawk, bear, lizard.
Right, of course. A hawk bear lizard.
Spooky. What do you think it's for?
I think it's to scare away detectives.
Is it working?
No.
Everything about this game just makes me so happy.
It's full of the same weird water that was in the lake.
Any fish in there?
Not a single one. Although there is something in there.
It's a cassette tape. Or it used to be.
Ooh, I didn't pick this up on my other playthrough. I know to go back for it now. The cassette tape has been badly damaged by water. The ink on the label is blurred and illegible. Cyborg, thank you very, very much for being subscribed for 41 months. Holy shit. It's a long time.
Bearded Cyborg cosplay has been a sub for 41 months. Very naughty, roll eye, I'm back. Just had dinner and now I am gnawing on a chorizo.
So what did you have for dinner? Also, yay, bonus chorizo. Love a bit of chorizo.
Playing a harp. Hang on a second.
Something tells me we're not going to solve this just yet.
Ooh, very nice, Cyborg. The Slimming World Carbonara is surprisingly good. Slapping in a player and it'll turn out to be a specky game. Make heinous screeching noises. Oh man, yeah it would. Not that I've ever done that as a child. When we had a Spectrum and a massive tape recording deck. Ooh, I wonder what's on this unmarked cassette tape. Well, that doesn't sound like music. Put the cassette in and it's just doom. Yep. Doesn't look like this puzzle can be solved yet.
Let's come back later. It must do something.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
It's experimental stuff, don't worry. Yeah. An old weathered statue of an amphibious creature holding a large harp. Symbols are engraved on each of the harp's 4 column segments. I prefer proper carbonara, but it does the job. Yeah, exactly. If you're doing the Slimming World thing, or you're doing any kind of calorie controlling, it works. Because you can't have proper carbonara in that situation, but, you know, it'll do. Oh my god, Rocket, really?
It's quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to say, too quiet?
It's not. It's an appropriate amount of quiet.
I love her. She just sandbags him at every given opportunity, and it's great.
Oh.
What?
Oh, there's an O on the floor.
Oh yeah. Tangle tour.
Tour. Oh.
What?
Oh, we can't pick the
O
O
on
up.
the floor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Tangle tour.
Okay, we've done this already.
Little bird feeders.
How do you know they're for birds? Do you think he'll start to move if we try to go inside?
No, I think he'll just silently judge us.
Tour. Yep.
Should we ring the doorbell?
Why would we not?
Fancy doorbell.
It's a little melody. Is that an envelope?
It's been opened, but the letter's still in there. Let's read it.
Isn't that an invasion of someone's privacy?
No, definitely.
He does have a certain Guybrushyness to him, doesn't he, Rocket? I mean, I'm okay with that. More Guybrush is always good. I don't know if he is voiced by Dominic Armato or not, though. This year's Create Your Own Halloween Tingler is up. I got T-Rex zombie will haunt my butt in a pumpkin patch. Oh my god, that sounds horrendous, Cyborg. The envelope has been ripped open. There is a single piece of paper inside. The combination is drawn on the other sheet. Once you have it memorized, destroy it. I do not agree with your reasons. You will not find it down there. Okay. Well, the other piece of paper is gone. So that's not going to help us much.
Ah, there's a heart engraved in the tree.
Good name. I have no idea how to pronounce his surname. But Edwin's a great name.
I didn't know people actually did that.
But yeah, he does have a certain Guybrushyness to him. I think even his look has a certain amount of Guybrushyness to it. Maybe it's the silhouette.
PPFF. Don't think it's locked.
Well, that means we can just walk straight in, right?
I'm pretty sure that's the rule, yeah.
Oh? There's an O on the floor. Sorry, couldn't help myself. You okay? First game has Aaron Hansen. Why do I recognise that name? We have to go here first. It won't let us go to anywhere else. Oh, from Game Grumps. Right.
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
So we've got the big old family tree for the people that live in this bizarre little mansion. Little mansion is a bit of a oxymoron, but you know what I mean. Let's start this side.
Fellow.
Looks like he was married twice.
Scandal.
Lady Fellow.
Do these people not have first names?
No.
Lord Remington.
He sounds important.
It's like that song, Duke of Earl.
Lady Remington.
I think I have one of those in my bathroom. Lord Pointer.
This goes back a couple of generations.
I knew someone was going to like that one, because I had a proper little giggle snort at it the first time.
Lady Pointer.
How do you become a lady? I want to be a lady.
Selena Stonetop.
No family line. Apparently, she just appeared out of nowhere.
HRT, yeah, that is one way you can become a lady.
Flint Fellow.
Or in fact a lord.
A purebred fellow, if there ever was one. Married a randomer, though.
Do you think he still lives here? Felix Fellow. Looks like he married his way into the Remington family.
Do you think he still lives here? Emily Everstone. Do you think she still lives here? Fitz Fellow. Half Fellow, half Everstone.
Do you think he still lives here?
It may be a little bit dull, me going through and clicking on all of these, but there's an achievement for it.
Whoa. Is it too late to change my name to Detective Dusk?
Also, occasionally you get these neat bits.
It's Freya's father. Do you think he still lives here?
Felicia Fellow.
Freya's mother.
Do you think she still lives here?
Welcome back, Cypher. Did you enjoy your dinner?
Freya Fellow.
The murder victim.
She's barely related to the main family at all.
Flora Remington.
I think she's mentioned in our case file. Fiona Fellow. Dead center. She must be important.
Now I have a donut. Nice. What kind of donut?
She's half Fellow and half Remington.
Do you think she still lives here?
Richard Remington.
Ooh, a jam donut. Yummy.
The one and only. Primrose Remington.
I always liked the name Primrose.
Do you think she still lives here?
Percival Pointer. He married into the Remington family.
Do you think he still lives here? Buck Brackley.
What a name.
Do you think he still lives here?
Pandora Pointer.
All this alliteration isn't happening by accident, is it?
There we go.
Do you think she still lives here? Penelope Pointer.
I think you have to have looked at all but one of them for him to say that.
Half Pointer, half Brackley.
Do you think she still lives here?
Okay. I think I've looked at everybody. If not, I'll just have to do that later.
A big letter F.
Gee, I wonder what that could stand for.
Of course. Who doesn't hang a giant banner of their initial in the lobby of their mansion? This one has a big P.
Facebook? Could be, I suppose.
That's probably important.
It's neat, isn't it, Tids? And Pinterest. Yeah, it's Facebook and Pinterest.
How very P-ceptive of you.
Who doesn't have a big P? My big P has gone downstairs to sulk. He's quite a chunky boy. So, as you may have guessed, this is the Fellows half of the house, and this is the Pointers half of the house. They've basically drawn a line down the middle with a fancy carpet. Never the two shall meet. One of my new issues of the D&D magazine came with a large dice. Oh, very cool. Very cool.
It's a big glass tube filled with water.
There are weeds in there. And sand.
Never had any complaints about my pee.
It's an
well,
aquarium.
Good for you.
Could be, except there's nothing living in it. Anymore. We should try and be finished before it gets dark. No pressure.
Okay. I think...
Stairs.
Stairs?
I love that face. I love that face so much. Yeah, so now we've unlocked everything else because we've actually been to the main hall. Not everything else. There are things we have to do to unlock some rooms. But we're going to go
Let's
this way.
head to the crime scene first.
Oh, no, we can't. Boo.
It's at the top of the west tower, I think.
What a tangled web they weave indeed. Hello, Pudlord. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. And thank you so much for being subscribed for 22
has been a sub
months.
For 22 months. Very naughty.
Getting on for 2 years
What a tangled
now.
web they weave.
So, time to visit the crime scene. I love the map animation as well. The little paper cutout style thing. So this is Flora. You can see the victim's body here. Well, the outline from the victim's body. I don't know where they've moved the body to. It's very pretty. It is. The whole game is just so pretty.
Like she fell onto her back.
No fauna, no Merryweather, I'm afraid, Pudlord. But I do appreciate the reference. They ate it. They might have done.
There's a single patch of blood, right in the middle. No real signs of a struggle.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas.
So?
So she was probably standing really close to the canvas when she fell.
Let's check the case file again.
So it looks to me like the canvas has been moved. Because there's a decent bit of space between where she fell and the canvas in the photograph here. But I haven't been able to establish if I'm actually supposed to do something with that information.
The whole room has a strange feeling.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, there might be a reason for that.
Somehow I doubt it, Pudlord.
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed. Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
Palette has a variety of paints loaded onto it. The largest is the blob of black in the middle. The paintbrush is still covered with dried red paint.
There it is. The unfinished portrait of Flora Philo.
So we're deliberately not talking to Flora, as you may have guessed.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it?
Looks that way.
Freya was unable to finish the painting as she died sometime during the process. Flora appears to be wielding a knife. The red substance on the tip was discovered to be blood. So we learn a bit more about that later in the game, but that right there, where the little pointer is, on the painting is actual blood. She was stabbed by the painting, case closed. Funny you should say that, Tids.
I wonder if all of Freya's paintings are this creepy. Maybe it's just because she never got to finish it.
There's something wrong with the crime scene, and something really weird about the murder weapon.
We didn't find a murder weapon.
Oh, no.
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya.
What?
Weird, huh?
You think Freya was stabbed by a painting? Not by the woman from the painting, but by the painting itself.
Mm-hmm. Freya was standing right up by the canvas when she was killed. There's blood on the knife. It's the murder weapon.
Right, but it's not actually a knife. It can't stab.
See any other knives around here? Case closed.
The case is not closed. And even if you were right, where does that leave us? a painting can't be a murder suspect.
Get out of my head, game. Yeah, funny you should say that, Tits. Like, the second I saw you saying that, I was just like, oh, just you wait and see. I also want a tower. This tower is so cool. Everything about it is just awesome. Also, I love the, like, proper death stare side-eye that Sally gives Grimoire for making that suggestion. Just like, are you a fucking idiot? It's great. Everything about it is just wonderful.
I think so. Except it's got a tape deck instead of a turntable.
It's also got a big crack down the middle.
I've got to admit, I kind of want a tape deck that's shaped like a gramophone. This is just so pretty. I mean, not that I have any cassettes left that I could play, so maybe a CD player that's shaped like a gramophone? Because I've got some CDs in a box somewhere, I think. Unless I got rid of them all. Fucking hipster. It's just so pretty. Plays cassette tapes instead of vinyl records. It's pointed towards the middle of the room. There's a noticeable crack running through it, all the way from the horn down through the tape deck.
What about the cassette tape?
Yeah, it sure is pink.
To Freya. The cassette tape has a crack down the middle. There's a handwritten message on the label. To Freya. Gramophone-shaped Blu-ray player. See, that wouldn't really work quite so well, so maybe not.
Do you think it still works?
The gramophone? Yeah, we could give it a go.
Two-bit is the projector. I mean, yeah, maybe. Oh, we have 2 tapes we can listen to, which I didn't have last time.
It's piano music.
It's a recording of piano music. It plays for a short while before stopping. It's very pretty. Don't you think? Let's listen to this one. Pocket dial?
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
Yeah, same Tids. It's a recording of someone walking outdoors. A distorting, humming melody can be heard. It does, doesn't it, Pudlord? So if we find any more audio cassettes, we can come back and listen to other ones.
Is that an egg?
Egg.
An egg with bird feet.
Egg.
It's also covered in gemstones.
Shiny egg.
What a completely ordinary object.
I think it's a container for something.
Those gems look like they come off.
This took me a little while when I did this off stream. Puzzle egg, yes. We love an egg. We love a puzzle. This is perfect for us. But what I'm gonna do this time to save myself some hassle is I'm gonna take a screenshot of the solution and have that open on my secondary monitor so that I can just look over at it. Okay, so it's not a perfect 1-1 map, as you can see, but what you have to do is just identify the matching lines and then put the pieces in the correct place. So we'll start with this one up here, which should be one of those and one of those. And then we'll do this one, which is one of these and these. Really long, where's that? Oh, that's pink at both ends. Okay. This is red here and blue here.
Nope.
Did you check the clue?
I
on
saw
the
the
back
pointing
of the egg?
thing and
I'm
thought
pretty
we'd
sure it explains where to
done
put
it,
to the
but
back.
no. Is that right? Yeah, that one's right. So everything else should be in place, so it should just be those two swapping over, I think. Yeah.
I got it.
There we go.
I'm impressed.
So most of the puzzles are things like that, where you've got like a visual cue of some description and you have to figure it out from there. But then, from what I've seen so far in my off-stream playthrough, they're all fairly unique. It's not the same puzzle over and over again, which is really nice. They've got quite a nice selection of visual puzzles.
Nothing.
Nothing?
Well, I'm not leaving without a clue. An empty egg is a clue, right?
It is a shiny egg of disappointment. Once unlocked, the egg can be opened. It's currently empty. The lining of the egg is a soft velvet-like material. The egg is supported by a stand made of brass. It rests on 3 strange feet with pointed claws. Okay, what haven't we looked at yet?
It's so dark back there.
Somehow the sunlight doesn't seem to be making it very far into the room. Half the room is a big open window.
I don't know if you can call it an open window. It's more like...
something so elaborate, empty. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely a clue.
the sudden absence of wall.
The disappointment egg, a crucial part of the trans experience. Bravo. I do love that description of it being a sudden absence of wall. So her painting supplies are also cracked. There's a lot of things in this room that are cracked. Small glass pots of red, yellow, blue, black and white paint. The glass pots are all cracked down one side. And it is all down one side, look. Every single one of them cracked down the same side.
Freya's painting supplies.
Okay, that's just the painting supplies again. That's fine.
That's the only door in and out of the room.
It's also on the floor.
Sure is. Guessing it's not supposed to be down there. 'Cause 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 'c Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting.
Okay, no, we've got the paintbrush already.
To clean her brush.
Yeah, we've done that already. And we've looked at the painting, because that sparked the painting is the killer.
Balanced on the window ledge.
It's the only plant in the entire room. A bunch of old books. Covered in dust now, but they look well read.
Okay. Only one thing left to do, I think. Oh, not quite.
We're at the top of the tower, right?
I think so. Why?
Doesn't matter. It's nothing. Flora...
I love Flora's animations.
Hey, sorry to barge in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
We need to ask you a few questions.
She's scary, huh?
Did you witness the murder, Flora?
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled to her silence, I suppose.
For now.
Isn't it just, Soul? Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us, Flora? I don't really know anything about you at all.
I think that's the way she likes it.
Not speaking? Alright, time for the torture.
We'll just have to ask other people about her.
Yeah, okay.
Freya was painting your portrait yesterday. Is that right?
It is a little bit, isn't it, Budlord?
Was this something you had planned with her ahead of time?
Was there something special about yesterday?
Yeah. Okay, two things. Thing number one, wonderful little accessibility feature in this. When there are cutscenes playing out, you can click the screen to pause the cutscene so that you can, I don't know, talk to your chat, put your device away for a moment and sort your dinner out without missing any of the conversation or the plot, which is fucking great. Gold stars to the devs for that. I thought you might, Cypher. Thing two, I don't know how clear it is on the stream, but next time we see Flora and she moves, listen as closely as you can. I want to see if you can hear something. It's a really neat bit of sound design. Sally is cool. I like Sally. She's very pragmatic. I'm working on props for the Blackstone Fortress board game. Awesome! No more cardboard tokens for spawn room or doors for me. Love to hear it, Soul. I am a big fan of getting rid of cardboard tokens in board games. I have the proper plastic doors that can open and close for Hero Quest and everything from the Hero Quest Advanced box set. Love stuff like that. It is her hair and is brought up by one of the characters later in the game, Soul. Her hair is very impressive.
Oh no, Mormons!
Okay, I'm gonna start the cutscene back up. So yeah, listen out when Flora's back on the screen.
Did you talk to Freya at all while she was painting you?
She's not going to answer us, is she?
Nope. But at least we can say we tried. Flora, you were definitely in the room at the time of the murder. Surely you must have seen something? Can you tell me anything about what happened to Freya? She's acting pretty suspicious if you ask me.
I don't know. Maybe she really doesn't know anything.
How is that possible?
Okay, she didn't do it again, that's a shame. Let me... Is it this one?
Is there anything you'd like to tell us, Flora? I don't really know anything about you at all.
I think that's the way she likes it. We'll just have to ask other people about her.
Okay.
Yeah,
she did do it that time. So when she lowers her head or raises her head, there's a very slight creaking sound. Like, or almost like when the wind goes through a tree and the branches of the tree creak a little bit. She makes that sound when she moves. Not surprised with a neck like that. I know, she's got such a long neck.
Anything we should know? Any hobbies besides staring out the window? Were you close with Freya? How are you two related? Did you kill Freya?
Grimoire.
What? I don't even think she's listening.
Oh, she's listening.
She's part giraffe. She certainly has that vibe, doesn't she?
Flora, this is your egg? Why do you keep it locked?
Is there supposed to be something in there, or is it always empty?
I feel like she tells us a lot by her movements, in all honesty.
Do you know why it's cracked?
Wait, is he in here? No, he's not. Sorry, Slow was looking for the dog, but the dog isn't in here and hasn't been in here for ages. I think he's downstairs sulking.
He's moping.
Is he sulking in the bedroom?
No, but he's downstairs moping because I haven't fed him yet.
Oh, Slow. I asked Slow to feed Porthos for me nearly an hour ago. And Porthos has gone downstairs to sulk because he has not yet been fed. She was banished from the demon realm.
Did you ask Freya to paint this? Or was it her idea?
What is that you're holding in the painting, Flora? Some people have been saying it's a knife.
So I have my theories about this, about what she's holding in the painting. I'm not going to tell you what I think, because I think you'll all come to the same conclusion as me when we get to that point, but I will never stop with the Owl House references, and I would never want you to. Hey, Porthos. I think Slow needs me for something. Hang on a second, folks. Somebody let Porthos out earlier and forgot to let him back in the rain. Thank you for the treat for Porthos. I think he needs it right now, Cypher. In fact, you know what? Slow is currently drying him off, so I'm going to leave a treat here for him. And Slow is going to be the best dog parent ever and apologise to Porthos by giving him a chicky foot later. I'm hoping he was listening for that.
I heard.
Good. Oh, and thank you for the treat for the bar staff. Just knocking shit over. My cardigan got caught on my boom arm then, which is just wonderful. Motherfucker. Something fell over. The treat for me is... You're going to have to listen to Slow trying to dry the dog off in the hallway now.
You've been really good, but now Porthos!
Slow! Give me the towel. We're going to switch to a Porthos drying stream for a bit. So it's a jelly bean.
Get nice and moist for me, won't you?
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Have your treat first. Good boy. Good boy.
But you won't let Dad dry you.
If you don't do it right.
You don't do it right.
Isn't that right, baby? You like it when I dry you off. Yeah. Yeah.
It is wet. Come here. Come here.
There we go. Much better.
And off he goes.
Teamwork. Hi, buddy. Oh. Hi, baby. Yeah. You wet? Dad's a meanie, isn't he? Yes. Yes, he is. Oh, buddy. Sorry about that little detour there, folks. I hope all is okay. Oh yeah, he's got a lot of those kind of shirts. I really like them. I would steal them, but he'd get upset. I am suddenly too warm, so cardigan's coming off. And it looks like my chat's broken. I'm having problems with Stream Elements today, so give me a second. I'm just going to try and... Hi, buddy. You not want your dinner? You just not want to be around Dad? Huh? You mad at him? You mad at him? Hmm? I would be too. I would be too. Right, let's get that chat box. There we go. Porthos is so wound up right now, bless him. I mean, I understand why, but... Poor little guy. Thank you for the Godzilla, Cypher. Yeah, so sorry about that, folks. Oh, and thank you for the hydrate. When we get caught in the rain on walks, it's always me that dries the dog off, and after he has a bath, it's always me that dries the dog off. And now he won't let Slow dry him off. I have to do it. He won't behave for him. He always behaves for me, though. He's a good boy. My office now smells like wet dog, though, so that's great. Just gonna spray his bed down with some air freshener. Okay. Right, where were we? So we've got all these rooms unlocked. Where would you like to go first, folks? My theory regarding the murder weapon is that it's the crusty paintbrush. Every painter knows how horrible those can get. Very true. I have some that have actually caused me injuries because I've not cleaned them properly for so long. I would like, I think, to go to either this room here or this room here first. But I will let you folks pick. Left or right? I realised today I have to write a dissertation, so I decided I was going to use it as an excuse to actually write my fucking novel. Yeah, fucking do it, Pudlord, yes! Purple is objectively the sexier colour, so my vote goes for that. You want to go to the left-hand room, the purple room. Do we have any advance on sexy purple room? I think you'll like who lives in the sexy purple room, to be fair. Purple is good. Purple it is. This is the library.
Books about ancient history, I think.
These books are ancient history. I think they'd crumble into dust if I tried to pick them up.
This isn't a specific Poe book, so purple likely won't be bad. Probably. Hopefully. Maybe.
Good excuse.
Thanks.
Good.
Thank you. Did you give him a cheeky foot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Books about geography.
In the dark.
Hmm?
You want to be left alone in the dark.
Gee, I wonder why. Well done, Slow. You've traumatized the dog.
He's going to be very needy for a few hours.
That's fine. When the stream's over, I'll go downstairs and I'll cuddle him and I'll watch Barbie with him.
Skip. Books about insects.
I like books about insects.
Well, theoretically. There's not a single book on that shelf.
Oh.
Huh.
Books about space.
I like books about space.
They're relatively untouched.
My novel so far is a whodunit. I love a whodunit, and I would love to, if I'm allowed to, of course, read your whodunit when it's done. Sorry.
A snow globe?
Of sorts. Hey, look at that. It's a model of Tangle Tower. There's
Someone
lake
did it.
and those weird mountains. What are you thinking?
That would make an amazing souvenir.
It would. I love snow globes. I don't have space for shit like that anymore, but I used to collect stuff like that. Music boxes and snow globes. Hey, Sketches, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. It's a fucking egg. I read this Sandman comic. Oh, I love Sandman.
What's in those bottles?
I'm not sure. Soil samples? It's an illustrated book about birds.
An ornithology book.
It's been left open. Looks like somebody was halfway through reading it.
Flashbacks in Sandman. Yes.
Or...
No, I used to babysit when I was quite a fair bit younger, and anything that I made from babysitting went on buying comic books to read next time I was babysitting. And I had all but one issue of Sandman, I think. I had a bunch of issues of Lock and Key. Witchblade issue 1. I wish I still had that. It's probably actually worth a bit now. Yeah, I had a lot of stuff. Had a nice little stack like this to read. Sandman is meant to be the good shit. Sandman is the good shit. Welcome in, Longship. I hope you're doing well today. I have the books, but only one first print issue. That's still really fucking cool, those Sketches.
it was left open for us to find.
Ever so slightly unnerving.
Ah, I see. I see, Sketches. Bird book. The ink dip is a remarkably intelligent bird with a very long lifespan, even among avian mystids. Other birds are often aggressive towards it, and the ink dip lives most of its life alone. It has particular feeding habits and usually only eats the seeds of the Tantum amica, pictured. That feather. That feather.
Books about birds.
So my penchant for clicking absolutely fucking everything led me to the conclusion that I think Soul has landed on as well. Very, very quickly, because this was the first room I visited after the crime scene in my off-stream playthrough as well.
The shelves are about half empty.
I met Neil Gaiman once and he snubbed me twice. Really? Oof.
Oh, so you're a the shelves are half empty kind of person.
You knew this already.
Books about nature?
Hey, buddy. Enjoy your dinner. You want to come and sit on the chair so that you feel a little less alone? Yeah. Give me a second, folks. The dog, after his unplanned stay in the garden, has become a little soft and wants to be up on the chair. Hi, baby. But that means you get to see him. Hi, buddy. Let's bring you close. Guess what? I only need my right hand for this game, because it's all mouse. So I can pet you. Yeah, I know. Dads are silly. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But you're okay. Ugh, you got crap on your face, though. Oh, Bubby. Hey, Kian, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Scotland was his last stop on the signing tour. 6th in line and just oofed. Nice enough out of the grind. Yeah, I can imagine. But anything like that, it's really difficult to keep up the positivity for the entire thing, I'm sure.
A chalkboard?
I mean, hell, I struggle keeping up the positivity online for 3 hours, so...
Is this a library or a classroom?
Math equations.
For the second time today, I'm going to say I'm too gay to do maths. I'm just gay enough to ask a computer to do it for me.
Don't look at them for too long. You'll give yourself a headache.
Yeah, I will.
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
Always too gay for maths, yep. And time travel. Oh, see, no, I'm the exact right amount of gay for time travel. I love me a bit of time travel. You settle down. I'm even going to let you sleep on my cardigan. No. Okay. More pets. Okay. We can do that. My vampire had a kid. Please tell me you're going to make sure it gets called Alucard.
Curious. I would expect bacteria of that nature to thrive
or Adrian.
in these conditions.
Excuse me.
Taking all the environmental factors into account, there must be something I am still missing.
May I talk to you, miss?
She knows we're here. She just doesn't care.
There's always next time, Kian.
A detective, and I need
even a boy.
to talk.
Correction. You do not need to talk to me.
Oh no? How come?
Because I am not a suspect. I am completely innocent of any and all crimes.
Thanks for letting me know.
Speaking of which, you have now been at Tangle Tower for over 23 minutes. Surely you have already reached a sturdy hypothesis.
A hypothesis? About the murder?
Yeah, come on, Grimoire, hurry up.
My apologies. Unfortunately, protocol dictates I must at least meet all the suspects. And that includes you. So, could you tell me your name?
Fifi Fellow, microbiologist, inventor, innovator.
Always be gay enough for time travel, yes. Yeah, I figured you folks would like Fifi, 'cause 1, she's small. 2, she redhead. 3, she really fucking smart. Like, she's so smart that I'm not even gonna call her smart. She's smart. She will run rings around all of us, like, together. I'm not sure I like her.
You will need to be more specific. Oneself cannot be summarized in a single response without doing one a great disservice.
So true.
Well, first of all, you're a fellow. So does that make you the daughter of...
Correct.
Oh, I think I know who you're gonna
Flora
like the
and
most,
Felix,
Cypher.
But you need not question either of them. It will only waste valuable time. Neither of them are capable of murder.
Thanks for the tip.
Fifi, you said you were a micro...
She knows who she is.
Something or other.
Microbiologist. But it is an insignificant label. My studies cannot be categorized in any one recognized field.
What made you want to become a scientist in the first place?
I harbor an intrinsic fascination with the microscopic. I constructed my first one at age 10.
Constructed a microscope?
Correct.
And what's that thing on your head? Did you make that too?
My eyesight began to deteriorate when I turned 12. Not satisfied with the eyeglasses prescribed
That's amazing,
to me, I
Kian.
designed this custom lens instead. It automatically adjusts based on the surrounding light conditions.
Does it glow red when you get angry?
No, but that would be most amusing.
I like her. I like that she sees the appeal of her lens glowing red when she gets angry, even if she hasn't put it in because it wasn't a function she thought she needed.
What can you tell me about the murder?
What can you tell me about... Wait, that's what I'm supposed to ask you.
Yes, however, you were too slow.
You fancy yourself a detective too, Fifi.
I just need to know what happened.
Me too. So talk.
Fine. I knew ahead of time that Freya was going to be busy with her painting all day, so I had planned to spend the afternoon with Poppy. I was in the library all morning preparing the equipment for an experiment.
Hey Aldo, welcome in. I hope you're doing well
Poppy had
today.
made other plans, and she was
And yeah, right.
planning to ignore me completely.
I get
So
that.
what did you do instead?
I locked myself in my room and cried.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Why?
I don't know, it just sounds kind of sad.
It is not unusual.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad for her. She's I feel like she's as matter of fact as she is because she's already ostracized by everybody, so why not just you know, why not just say it as it is?
I was in my room. The lights were off and the door was locked. Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me. I opened the door. Poppy came into my room. Her makeup was leaking.
She is kind of Sheldon-y.
Freya was dead. I did not believe it. I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
The problem with Sheldon as a character, and this is a problem I have with every character in that series, is that they are not there to laugh with nerdy folks, they are there to laugh at nerdy folks. Everything about that series is poking fun, but it's not doing so in a loving way. I haven't seen Young Sheldon. I avoided it on the basis that I absolutely cannot stand The Big Bang Theory for the aforementioned reason. Young Sheldon is far kinder. Really? Okay. I'll bear that in mind. I may actually give it a chance if folks think it's worth it. But yeah. Fifi kind of reminds me of my son. Really? Interesting. For one, there's no laugh track. Yeah, canned laughter just makes things worse, in my opinion. Except for Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo's allowed to have canned laughter because it's great in Scooby-Doo. The random punching. Oh, well... yeah, there's a history here.
She insisted that we go up to Flora's tower. We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs. When I saw Freya lying on the floor, I was completely and utterly devastated. Then, I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting. Poppy and I took the sample back downstairs to the library. We performed a test and found out that it was, in fact, blood.
You performed that scientific test immediately, even though you were feeling so upset?
Of course. Why would one affect the other?
Oh, cool. Thank you, Pudlord. I'll take a look. Then.
Name, Flora Fellow. Age, 44. Profession, unknown. Likes, unknown. Dislikes, unknown.
Isn't she your mother? How do you not know anything?
I believe other people may have discovered methods of
that's another concern I have with that show.
Non-verbal communication.
And how long has Flora been non-verbal?
Really, Rocket? Fascinating.
She's always been quiet, willing to speak when necessary, but not more.
So what happened to make her stop talking entirely?
Yeah, I can appreciate that, Sketches.
She suffered a great loss, something she has been unable to move beyond.
Ooh. He's getting comfy finally. He's feeling settled.
Name, Freya Fellow. Age 19. Profession?
That is very
artist,
interesting.
Deceased. Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort when talking to me. There it is. Freya, who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this. She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time
She
with
was
Freya
19,
recently?
yeah.
I will say
But
this. In the past year, Freya became 1. Increasingly independent, and 2. Increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The three of you are friends.
We are of a similar age, and all highly gifted. 1 scientist, 1 artist, and 1 musician.
Sounds like quite a team.
so the interesting thing was that she said Flora
Name,
was
Flora
hang on.
Fellow. Age 44.
44.
Profession
She said Flora was 44. Can we check our case file? I don't think we can check our case file
Fifi's
whilst
bedroom
we're
should be unlocked.
Can't wait.
later. Oh, you big soft baby. Look at how he's sat on the chair. He's using my chair as a footrest. I'm petting you already. Stop mouthing at me. Cheeky fucker. Okay. That's right. Where is it? No, it's in the case file. Go. Died whilst painting a portrait of Flora Fellow, 58, not 44. We've got 2 different ages for Flora here. That's worth knowing and worth keeping in our mind for when the time comes. Let's finish talking to Fifi, because we've still got to ask about
Name,
herself.
Fiona Fellow. Age 19. Profession?
We cannot press X to doubt, Cyborg.
Likes?
We can
The
click to
meaningful
doubt.
archiving of information. Dislikes? The superfluous window dressing accompanying the majority of human contact. Notes? Kindly disregard the polysyllabic form of my given forename and refer to me instead as Fifi.
How come you prefer Fifi?
How come you prefer Grimoire?
How are you related to the other fellows?
Fitz is my cousin. His father, a man named Flint, was my uncle.
Was?
I do not know if Flint is alive or not. He left Tangle Tower a long time ago.
And what about Freya? How are you related to her?
We share exactly 1 grandparent.
That's very specific. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I stop?
Do you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time.
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No.
Get nice and
In fact,
moist
it
for
may
me,
be
won't you?
considered rather
Well,
reassuring.
thank you for the hydrate. So the entire pot is just full of blood. Well, partially full of blood. All the paint in that pot is blood. Thank you for the posture check as well, and I'm guessing the stretch that's about to come in. So I'll get that out of the way now. Thank you very much for the Meat Mecha maintenance, Torpor. For you lovely folks watching, now's a great time for you to do some Meat Mecha maintenance of your own. Have a little stretch, have a little sip of your drink, maybe even grab a snack if you want to, and try and unshrimp in your seat. You want to take care of your spine, and your spine will do its best to take care of you.
That belongs to my mother. I think she must be fond of eggs. There are a number of egg-shaped carvings to be found in the garden and in the Grand Hall.
Yeah, what's the deal with all the eggs?
Some people just like eggs.
Is she laughing?
The gramophone belongs to Poppy, but I believe she gave it to my mother, and my mother often loaned it to Freya. Or maybe it is the other way around.
When did it get cracked?
I cannot pinpoint it exactly. All I know is that it must have happened sometime in the last 2 days. Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind? Anyway, I'm
You do indeed, so well done.
I performed the test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
What made you want to test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
You noticed that just from looking at it once?
Of course. The red paint on the brush.
She's
is
very
not
observant.
paint. It is blood. Same for the palette.
So Freya added the blood to the painting herself?
Or blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
I do not know the answer.
There we go. He's got settled again. Good boy. Gonna have to wash that cardigan now.
Curious. The statue itself does not interest me, but I do wish to know about those symbols on the harp. Have you deciphered their meaning?
You just can't get comfy, can you, bub?
We're working on it.
We are.
This belongs to Poppy. In fact, she owns a number of cassette tapes.
What happened to it, though?
It has been left underwater for an extended period of time.
Right. But why?
I do not know why. I require facts. What do you know?
Well, we know Freya was stabbed with a knife, and then she fell—
Correction. She was stabbed with something. There was no knife found at the crime scene.
Apart
She has
from
a
the
very
one in
good
the
point.
painting.
Which, as a mere abstract representation, does not count. Nobody has ever been stabbed by the concept of a knife.
Yet. I'm sure we could make that work somehow.
What is your opinion of Tangle Tower?
Oh, it's impressive. Elaborate gardens, unique
Someone's
architecture.
enjoying that.
Must be worth a fortune.
Why do you ask, Fifi?
I am the heir of the Fellow family and the Remington family. This makes me the sole beneficiary of Tangle Tower.
That's quite an inheritance.
They can't make you do anything, Fifi. If you don't want the house, just tell them. Or just sell it. Who cares?
You sound like her.
Twitch, don't ban me. Good God, he's naked! There we go. He wanted some under-collar scratches and I couldn't get where he wanted me. Look at that. That's a happy boy, that is. He's leaning in. That good? Yeah. Oh, it's so hard to reach underneath the collar, isn't it? There you go. Put it back on. You look like somebody owns you now. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go meet another character that I think you folks will like. Ooh, this one or this one? This one first. We're gonna go and meet this character first.
Oh, whatever it is, it's playing a little trumpet.
Well, it is the music room. He's got to practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
Shiny statue of a strange creature holding a large horn. There's a noticeable crack running along the length of the statue's horn. Inside the horn and on the ground below are various shards of cracked glass. It's Fishman! Yep. That is our second Fishman of the game.
Who plays the violin, I wonder?
It's pretty dusty.
It's another motif, yep. Fishmen and eggs, indeed. Yakuza 8 has an Animal Crossing mode. Amazing.
Nobody.
Love it.
Are they paper lanterns?
Whatever they are, I like them.
Me too. This is a little bit of hoblore for you. I've always wanted to get lots of different coloured and shaped and patterned paper lanterns like these and hang them from my ceiling. If you've ever seen Howl's Moving Castle, a little bit like Howl's bedroom, like how he's got all the trinkets and stuff all over the place, I'd love to do that with the ceiling. Just paper lanterns, insect figures like the Mothra I've got hanging from the ceiling at the minute, stuff like that. Maybe even some plants. Not real plants, obviously, because that would be a lot of work to take care of and would probably cause me some problems in the room in general, but like some fake plants and stuff like that as well. Howl's bedroom is such beautiful chaos. Exactly, and that is what I want. I want beautiful chaos. Because I thrive in chaos.
It's like a little parade of floating spirits.
She's surprisingly poetic considering how sassy she is.
Sheet music. It's handwritten.
That's a lot of notes. Looks pretty difficult.
Probably why they're on the floor.
Oh, he's gone. Bye. Back to me. The dog has left. At least he's feeling better now, though, eh? Howl is Welsh and they don't give him the accent. Here's the thing, Cypher. In the movie, he's not Welsh. In the book, he has the accent. Christian Bale's Welsh? Yeah. He hides that well. That is very true, Pudlord.
It's one of those big pianos with the open lids.
Don't touch it.
Why not?
Might be haunted.
I mean, that's a fair reason to not touch things.
That's just daylight, right?
What else would it be?
One old wooden bookcase.
Yep.
25 dry old books.
Mm-hmm.
4 lit candles.
Yeah.
Am I the only one seeing the problem?
I also see the problem there.
Are you a ghost?
Sally! That's rude! Unless she is a ghost.
It may come as a disappointment, but I am alive.
Ah.
That makes you a suspect, I'm afraid.
I know.
What's your name?
My name is Poppy. I'm a pointer. And a pianist.
We'll need to ask you a few questions about Freya.
I know.
Hey, you're pretty good.
All in the wrist. And 13 years of dedicated practice.
So this is Poppy. She's the goth of the families, as you may have noticed. And I'm sure there's a few folks in chat that will appreciate her and her aesthetic.
I'm just me.
Also her animations.
There's nothing to know.
How are you related to the other pointers?
My father is Percival Pointer. The professor spends most of his time hidden away in his tower. Barely speaks to anyone these days. Especially not the fellows.
Do you get on with the fellows?
2 of them. Fifi and Freya are my closest friends. We all turned 19 last year.
Do people ever leave Tangle Tower? I don't mean to be rude. It's just, If you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question. I'd like to move away. Definitely. Fifi, Freya, and I would often talk about it, argue about it. Freya wanted to leave, but Fifi... Things are more complicated for her.
What about now?
After what happened, I really don't want to stay here much longer.
So, Poppy and Freya have well, I should say had in Freya's case, the luxury of not being the primary heir to the estate and the family name and everything. Whereas Fifi is kind of stuck. So he's literally just jumped up and immediately gone into a laying position there, and then looked at me as if to say, "Sup? You're so smooth, aren't you? Hey, yeah, you are. Smooth as fuck."
3.5 hours of piano practice. Soon as I wake up. Same as always.
3.5? Does that not hurt your hands?
Sure.
And you do this in the
Oh yeah,
room?
definitely, Pudlord.
No, I prefer to practice in my room. When I make mistakes, I like to make them in private.
What did you do after that?
I was supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot. When I finally got down there, she'd already gone. I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
No idea. She keeps her door locked either way. So I went back upstairs and out into the moonlight garden.
The what?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
Was it just you up there?
No. Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the other side. He's been teaching me about flowers.
So, did you talk to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
I didn't say that. Fitz and I were up in the moonlight garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds. I've been trying to decide how to describe it, but I'm struggling. It was like something drilling into a piece of metal, but different. Worse. I was pretty sure it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there to check. Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. I knew Freya and Flora were both supposed to be in there, so I made Fitz kick down the door. I went inside. Freya was lying on the floor.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did. I didn't know what to do, so I ran downstairs to get Fifi. Her door was still locked, but I knocked and shouted at her. Eventually she let me in. The lights were off, but I could see she'd already been crying. I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry. First time I've ever seen her angry. I dragged her out into the hall. My father was there too, for some reason. The three of us went back up to Flora's tower. Then Felix arrived.
It's very quiet right now. May have something to do with a goth girl on screen.
She wanted to do some kind of scientific test.
May just be busy.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
Or just, you know,
after she was
chilling in the
done,
lurkers
she went
lounge.
back upstairs.
No mention of the
I went
punch,
back
yeah.
to my room.
That's it?
That's it.
She did say that Fifi got angry and that she'd never seen her get angry before. But yeah, she doesn't mention the punch. Maybe she doesn't, you know, want to talk about the punch. Or she's brushed it off. No worries at all, Cypher. You take care. Thank you so much for being here this evening. It's been lovely to have you, as always.
Needless noise from tongues expel, unless within the mouth they dwell. The spoken word, unfit for dealing with the shifting form of feeling. Stand unblinking in the face of taciturn and soundless space.
Wow, that was a really good poem, which I haven't heard before because I kept forgetting to present the character profiles to people when I was playing it on my phone.
Hard of head, but free of mind, unimprisoned, unconfined. With starry eyes, she sees beyond behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul untied, it's hers, it's free. Was then, is now, will ever be.
She's a really good poet.
Between the lips a silver spoon, a story written all too soon. The chosen dwelling of her heart, unjustly chosen to depart. Lost her liberation lays in the center of a maze. That's me. I'm on a list of murder suspects. Always thought that would be kinda cool, but it's just tedious.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
That may be a reference to the first game.
Don't look at me. I didn't break it.
Does anybody else use the music room?
Yes. I don't know who, but I can tell when somebody
They were
else has
really,
touched
really good
the piano.
poems.
That belongs to Flora, I think. Why is the glass cracked down one side?
Natural wear and tear, maybe?
No way. Freya took good care of her stuff. What was inside?
Nothing.
Huh.
Does this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
But who else would own a tape like this?
Literally anybody? It was my mother's originally.
So we know it's piano music on that tape.
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes.
And we only know of one pianist.
When I first saw it,
who just so happens to have been friends with Freya.
Holding a knife with blood on the tip.
You don't think that anymore?
No, it was a stupid thing to say. The room was dark. I was in shock. I'm just an idiot.
But it was blood on the tip. If you hadn't said anything, maybe Fifi wouldn't have checked.
Exactly. It's stupid.
But we would have missed out on an important clue.
Is it a clue? Really? Tell me how it's a clue. Tell me how it helps. Nothing about the knife makes any sense. It's just freaking everyone out. Wish I'd never said anything. Freya would always load up the palette with all the exact colors she was gonna need. I think it helped her zone out and focus on the actual painting itself. Like getting all your sheet music lined up before playing a long piece.
Right. So the blob of black paint in the middle, that was for painting Flora?
Flora's dress, yeah. She wears even more black than I do.
This is true.
Don't you think that's weird? That the letter isn't addressed to anyone or signed by anyone?
Someone's being deliberately secretive.
Or they're trying to manipulate you.
What do you make of the statue?
I know that's the only harp in the whole of Tangle Tower. I've never actually seen a real one.
Maybe it's from before your time.
Oh, definitely. You see how old this statue is?
What about the symbols? One of them looks like piano keys.
Yeah, weird. This is mine.
Really?
No, well, yes, it was. I gave it to Freya about a year ago.
What was on it?
Nothing. It was blank. Freya said she wanted to record something.
Any idea how it ended up underwater?
Maybe someone wanted to destroy it, but got really lazy. There's something I noticed about Freya's knife wound.
Hit me.
From what we could tell, the blade went in at an exact right angle, perpendicular to Freya's body. And there's only one small pool of blood. Nothing on Freya's hands, or anywhere else. The whole thing is just a little too peaceful.
Too clean. She didn't put up a fight at all. Based on that. Oh, bless you! Oh no, he's gonna do it again. Oh, ow, bless you. Just the two? No, we got another one coming. Bless you! Bless you! Oh no! Oh no, it's gonna happen again. You're better now, buddy. Oh, bless you. There you go. That your system now? Yeah? Bless you! Oh no, the poor boy. Suicide by an old brush, yeah. I don't know what's got up his nose. Oh, he's going again. No, I think he's done now. Flynn, welcome in, my friend. Thank you so much for trusting me with your community today. Welcome on in, everybody. For those who've not been here before, hi, my name is HobbyTan. I'm a variety streamer based in Scotland. My pronouns are they, them. And we're supposed to be playing Tangle Tower, but I've been distracted by my dog having a sneezing fit. He's just wandered off to finish sneezing elsewhere. Hey Rubesy, how you doing? Welcome in. It's good to see you. How was the rest of Tell Me Why, Flint? Was there more cathartic crying? Tangle Tower be damned. Yeah, Porthos has had a bit of a rough evening and has had a lot of attention during the stream already. But yeah, he's sneezy now. So much crying. I think I started playing Tell Me Why during my Pride charity stream, but I think it may be something that I just I play off stream, cause holy shit, folks. I have been sobbing like a baby lurking in Flint's streams while he's been playing it. Oh my god, like, it's a good pain. It's cathartic, and there's some really interesting stuff going on in that game, but holy shit. The trans and queer feels, oh my fucking god, they murder me. Which is also I guess a reference to what the game is about. Tell Me Why is about a pair of twins who have been separated for a prolonged period of time because one of them, we think, killed their mother. And it features a trans mask protagonist who is done really fucking well from what I've seen. And discussions of mental health and, you know, all of the things that go along with a murder mystery with a trans mask protagonist, basically. But yeah, there's some hardcore fucking feels. And it is very difficult not to just cry at everything in it. It's just so fucking good. And it's been wonderful to talk with Flint about various things and with folks in Flint's chat during the streams as well. Just about all of the things and about our own experiences and things like that. So yeah, if you're not already following Flint, now is a really good time to, because holy fucking shit, those streams are amazing. They're always amazing, but yeah, the conversation during them is always great as well. So please do give Flint a follow. Certified good bean. And my favourite cryptid on the whole internet. Yes, even better than Mothman.
So there are 2 families living in Tangle Tower?
Mm-hmm. 3 pointers and 5 fellows.
So more fellows than pointers?
4 fellows.
What's the connection between them?
There isn't one. Not really. It was all built by the Remington family. Flora is a Remington, originally. So was Primrose, my mother. She married into the Pointers, and Flora
I only
married
speak the
into
truth, Flint.
Fellows.
So the Fellows and the Pointers own the house now?
Flora owns the house. Depending on who you ask, that means her husband Felix owns it too.
What about your father?
His claim over the house kind of fell apart after my mother left.
Where's your mother now?
No idea.
So I think we've done everything here with Poppy now.
All right. Poppy's bedroom is unlocked.
So we're going to go to Poppy's room.
I wonder what's in there.
I know nothing about this game, but I trust Poppy with my life. Well, we don't know who the killer is yet, so that may be a good thing, that may be a bad thing. What were the absurdist artist's baby first words? I don't know, Cyborg. What were the absurdist artist's baby's first words? Dada. Oh my fucking god, that's horrendous and I love it. Well done. Okay, so this is Poppy's room. I want Poppy's room. This is such a pretty room.
Ah, yes, a giant symbol drawn in chalk on the floor. Oh, it's a good omen.
It's an eye.
Anything in the wardrobe?
I'd like to point out that Detective Grimoire gets Sally to check the wardrobes and the dresses of the girls' rooms instead of, like, rifling through a teenage girl's personal space himself, and I appreciate that.
Dresses mostly. I never realized there are so many shades of black.
It's a nice touch. It is. It is. Hang on a minute.
Anything in the drawers?
Nothing you need to know about.
It's infuriating how many shades of black there are. It is! It really fucking is. And some shades of black weirdly don't go with other shades of black. It's just like, how?
A single red rose. How very traditional.
Yeah, weird.
Oh, thank goodness, there are 7 lit candles. Wouldn't want it to be dark in here. That is the bed of a vampire.
His face.
I thought vampires slept in coffins.
Okay, this next line, I think everybody in chat's just gonna be like, fucking mood.
This is a vampire who needs firm support for their lower back.
I am a vampire who needs firm lower support for their back. Firm support for the lower back, even. Just constantly. I felt that in my lower back. Yeah, me too.
There's a name for this kind of piano.
I am the spinal warping vampire. Nobody told me there'd be representation in this game. Hey, Natsu, how you doing, friend? Welcome in. Folks, if you're not already following Caps Mystic, Natsu, Caps, the artist behind the best emotes on the channel, including
hello there,
my favourite one for this month, if my chat will do the thing. Nope, it won't do it. Okay, chat, you're being a butt. I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. There we go. Yeah, you should really follow Natsu. Not only an amazing Twitch graphic designer, but also fantastic streamer, plays a lot of really cool horror games, and does, like, art streams. And who doesn't love a fucking art stream? That started as a reference to one of the point-and-clicks I played ages and ages ago, Pudlord, with a character who just stares off into space and never says anything. But, like, it's like, it works so well for so many things. That emote, I've gotten a bit of mileage out of it whenever I've had the chance. Kudos to you. Yeah, so all of the ones that are in that style were all done by Natsu. So, like, 90% of my emotes.
You know, these ones that stand upright. Sheet music, presumably for piano.
It's only a few notes. I'd barely even call that music.
Yeah, it's been framed though. Must be important for some reason.
Sheet music has been framed and is decorated with delicate old-fashioned illustrations.
Various handmade posters.
What do you think those symbols mean?
Hopefully, nothing.
We summoning demons.
A big glass door leads out into a garden. Somehow.
There's a little mechanism by the handle.
Okay, so we've got some tiles here. Moon tiles. And little suns. We don't actually have all the information we need to solve this puzzle yet. I know this because I've solved this puzzle already. So we're going to close this
I guess we'll
and come back later. What we are going to solve now, though,
for keeping time,
is this puzzle.
It's ticking.
Let's see if I can solve this quicker than I did when I was playing it on my phone.
It's supposed to be ticking. Not sure what those symbols are, though.
Oop, wrong way.
That's done it.
There we go. That was fairly
Neat.
quick.
What happened?
A little hatch unlocked in the back.
Anything in there?
Mm-hmm. It's a photograph. Part of a photograph.
The ripped photo shows a young girl with blonde hair and pink clothes. The girl in the photo is using a bright pink cassette player with matching headphones. Oh, we've definitely not met this person. No clue who that could be. No clue at all who that might be. So now we're going to go to Fifi's room.
Nice room.
It's a mess. But yeah.
What's that big book on the desk?
Wild guess here, but Flora looked quite a bit different in her youth. Oh, maybe. Teddy! The teddy's so cute, isn't it?
Looks like something Fifi's been writing.
Is it a clue?
I hope not. It's just a bunch of notes about her microbiology experiments. I don't know what that drink is, but I bet it's 99% sugar.
Problem?
I'd read you the ingredients, but there's nothing written on the can.
Hey, Turbo, how you doing? Welcome in. Folks, Turbo was playing a Ultraman SNES game earlier at my behest, and it was brilliant. Did you manage to beat it? I had to duck out for a meeting, so I didn't get to see the end of your stream. But yeah, did you manage to win? Did you become the Ultraman?
That's even worse. Boxes of stuff.
That's a whole lot of books.
Past level 3, it was brutal. It did look like it was a pretty tough game, yeah. There was a surprising amount of things to manage, considering how simple it seemed at first glance. You did really well.
You suspect! Don't think you can get out being questioned just because you're a bear.
Look out for strats. Good plan.
I'm innocent, I promise.
I love this bit.
Save it for the judge.
So cute.
Fifi's got something pinned up here.
What is all this? Who is that?
So we've not met them yet.
No idea.
Who is that?
We've not met them either.
No idea.
Let's only click on the ones that we have met.
It's Poppy. That's actually a pretty good drawing.
You're most welcome, Turbo.
And that's you, Sally.
You'll know what is really cute? Everyone in this stream right now. Yes, yes you are. You're all wonderful and adorable and I love you all.
What? I do not look like that.
She's a little bit offended.
Do I?
No, she doesn't.
Is that supposed to be me? Why do I look so angry?
Gee, I don't know, Grimoire. Why do you look so angry? I couldn't possibly guess.
That's just the face you make when you're thinking.
Ah, constipation. See? It's perfect. Exact likeness. To be fair, that's the face I make when I'm thinking too, so, you know, kind of gotta let him off.
It does make you wonder, though. When did Fifi draw all this?
That's gotta be Flora. Did you notice who isn't on here?
Freya?
Mm-hmm. And Fifi herself.
I think that's her own, like, personal murder board.
That's a whole lot of books. It looks like a microscope. A big one.
Can I touch it?
Yes. Okay, so this took me ages.
I'm not sure this is a microscope.
And probably will again. So what we have to do is we have to make this picture that's at the bottom here by moving the lenses so that this mess here becomes the correct image. But you've got to find the right lens and put it in the right place. So, like that. That's too big. There we go. That's that bit, and then we just need to get this bit sorted. I think may actually be... No, that's not right. This is the bit that gave me the most trouble last time as well. There we go. That should do it.
No, that was it.
Nice work.
That's a lot harder to do on a touch screen than it is with a mouse. Especially seeing as I kept picking up the wrong lens when I was doing it on my phone. Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Sounds like it unlocked.
Yeah, it's built on top of a little metal box. There's a book in here.
A well-used book resembling a diary. It's locked with a strange metal device. Which we can't do anything with. I feel like I've missed something in here.
Homemade posters. This one's about the Pythagoras theorem.
I've not heard of that man. Are they any good? A pretty ornate window with a great view of the lake.
We're supposed to be looking for clues, not assessing the real estate value.
And over here, you'll see the owners use sheets of paper to block out all that unnecessary natural light.
I mean, I would do the same thing in her
A simple
place.
trick, but it really transforms the space. What's that big book on the desk?
Oh, no, we've done that one already.
It's just a bunch of notes about her.
I think... No, we already did the bear. We did the bear. We did the bear. Okay, I think I've done everything in here for now. This one? This is the room I need to be in. So this is Freya's room, the victim's room.
Let's leave them alone.
There's a bear here as well.
That painting.
Freya's a painter,
really something.
for anyone that came in later. She was 19 years old and has been murdered. We don't have a weapon, and we haven't narrowed down our pool of suspects really yet. Nice pillar of red, I know, right?
Why would you want it looming over your bed like that?
Maybe Freya enjoyed the atmosphere it creates.
The atmosphere of chaos and oppression?
Hang on. There's a smaller version down by the floor.
It's a photograph.
Photograph with some lines on it. No indication of what that means.
Painting supplies.
It's a fish, I think?
I think it looks more like a whale.
Fine, it's a whale.
We haven't narrowed down the list of suspects, but it was most certainly the concept of knife that did it. Yes, it was the concept of knife that was the murder weapon.
Could also be a shark.
Or maybe the painting.
A pillow with a paw print pattern.
It's a cushion.
Yeah, but that doesn't alliterate. It's a little glass box.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
See the leaves and twigs in there? Might have been for keeping insects.
Alliteration appreciation. Yeah, there is a lot of alliteration in this.
Not the kind of lamp I choose for my bedroom, but fair enough.
It's cool. Looks like old mining equipment.
Instead of narrowing down the list, we're actively expanding it. Yeah, we'll actively expand it and then narrow it down later.
Drawings taped up on the wall.
What's that one on the left?
Looks like two people standing together in a garden. One of them's holding a red rose.
A drawing of a man standing with a woman in a garden. He's holding a red rose. A drawing of Fifi. A drawing of a person wearing a cloak.
Brushes, pencils.
They're clean, but they look pretty well used.
It's a little wooden box for paintbrushes.
To the casual observer, maybe. They're not. Looks like they're part of some kind of lock mechanism.
I got overexcited and wanted to start solving the puzzle. Okay, so we've got a sheet of very torn up paper and a box with fake paintbrushes. So what we need to do is reassemble our instructions, which is fairly easy. And then figure out which paintbrush goes where. So our first one here has an orange stick and is short. I got one of those, so we'll put that here. Our second one, all we know about it is that it's green, so it's one of these two. Our third one is pink and fan-shaped. So if we assume that this one stays here, and this is our fan-shaped one, our next one is blue, so we'll leave that one there, because we need a wedge-shaped one here. But we don't know what colour that needs to be, or what paint it has on it. So we go like this for now. and see how that works out. And then we know our last one is a long one, and the only long one we've got left is this one. So let's see if that works.
That's done it.
Ta-da! We know who those two in the garden are.
Neat.
We know who one of them is. We've not met the other one yet. But yes, we can infer based on the testimonies that we've received so far who the other person is.
Just a photograph. Well, most of a photograph.
Only part of a photograph. I think we've heard that once already. A photograph of two young girls, one with red hair, the other with green hair. The photo has a large piece missing. Seems to have been ripped off. Strange that. The rest of the photo shows Fifi and Freya. It was hidden in Freya's room.
There's something about that pink cassette tape. Something suspicious.
Let's ask Poppy about it.
We're gonna go now. We're gonna go confront her with her lies. Hello, Poppy.
I need to confirm something with you, Poppy.
Confirm away.
What can you tell us about this cassette tape? Is it yours?
It belongs to Freya. She liked to have music playing while she was painting, you know.
And do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
No idea. Acid jazz?
It's piano music. Sounds an awful lot like your music, to be honest.
Sure it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking about this? Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
It's not mine. I'd never own anything like that.
Why not?
I think she might be lying.
My color.
Somebody changed the colour of the tape. Somebody gave it to you as a gift.
You used to like these colors.
Ridiculous.
We need a clue to compare with the cassette tape. Something that proves Poppy used to like these colors.
Who wants to use the objection sound command in chat right now?
Let's take a closer look at this.
Or take that even. I don't even know if we have take that actually as a command.
Silence.
Perfect. Thank you. The pink cassette tape found at the crime scene matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo. Let's just check there's no other option. Yeah. Found at the crime scene.
The pink cassette tape found at the crime scene matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
No, it's all Hairspray.
That is not me.
Yeah, it is. I'll prove it.
Oh, here we go.
You look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable. It's clearly a photo of you with your two best friends. Why'd you tear it up and then hide it?
I think the answer is pretty straightforward.
The photo proves Poppy is the murderer! She did it in the past!
Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore.
And that's fine.
Makes this whole thing seem kind of irrelevant.
Maybe. It depends on the reason.
The reason she doesn't want to look like that anymore?
The passage of time is a powerful thing.
I don't think she's fallen out with them.
This means that pink cassette tape does belong to you, Poppy.
It used to.
Which is why I chose that option.
I recorded some piano music onto it and gave it to Freya as a gift. Years ago.
Freya could have easily been listening to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta be a connection between the tape, the gramophone, and the murder.
There's one other thing I want to know. How did it get that crack down the middle?
I have no idea.
No, we did it though. Yep, all good. We have completed the Poppy side quest, as it were. Okay. We've gone past 8 o'clock, so I think we'll go and meet one more character. Passage of time is a powerful thing. Watch it go by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock ticks life away. It's so unreal. So, do we want to go to this room here and meet the person in here, this room here and meet the person in here, or this area outside here and meet the person out here? I can tell you who I think you folks will like the most of the three. I think you'll like the person here the most. But I might be wrong. I've been wrong before. So I'll leave it up to you folks. And I'm gonna have a little stretch while you have a little think. Oh, excuse me. And if I hear nothing, then I will just pick the save that person for next time, as it will be something to look forward to. Oh, that's a really good idea. Okay, we'll do that then. So we will go and see this one then. I mean, I think you'll like all the characters, to be honest with you. They're all really charming. This game is just very well designed, in my opinion. It's got a lot of style, a lot of charm, and a lot of class.
A little hand-painted statue.
How can you tell it's hand-painted?
This is a little harsh.
Well, the paints are right there on the desk. Also, I mean, no offense, but you can just tell.
Yeah, bit mean. I think it's a good start. A wooden carving of a man holding a sword. The model has been hand-painted, but the paint is not skillfully applied. Yellow, blue, black, and white paints were found nearby.
The entire room is made of wood.
Oh, it's not just made of wood. I think it's the actual hull of a ship.
I love this pufferfish light. I kind of want a pufferfish light fitting.
Fish?
Yes. It's also a lamp, for some reason.
Because it's awesome.
It's a magic lamp. Can we summon the genie?
If we get really stuck, sure. That's a massive conch shell. Do you think there's a little crab living inside?
Yes.
I hope so.
Teeny tiny hermit crab living in this massive shell. I would love that.
An old wooden mask.
Probably cursed.
What is it?
He's an imp.
What does he do?
Well, if you tell too many lies, he appears at the end of your bed in the middle of the night.
Oh. A map with a dotted line and an X marked on it.
That's a very boring way to describe a treasure map. Nice. A real treasure chest.
How do you know there's treasure in there?
Why else would it be locked?
Solid reasoning.
Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly above it.
Okay.
What's the deal with that painting on the front?
Not sure.
This one I think you folks will appreciate. This is a good little puzzle. And this one actually had me stumped for a minute because I wasn't thinking properly when I did it.
We should check
before.
that treasure map too.
So, we've got this image on the front of the box, and we've got letters, numbers, and cardinal directions on the dial. And we got a little map with letters, numbers, and cardinal directions. So, we're looking for sea serpent to the left, rock to the right, tree with birds above it, off in the distance. So it's this island here. It's time to navigate. Now, the reason it stumped me before is because I didn't notice the little birds. And I was like, sea serpent to the left, rock to the right, tree in the distance. Oh, it must be this one facing north. Nuh-uh. Island here, sea serpent to the left, rock to the right, tree and birds straight in front. Oh, Gold Hoarder maps again. Yep. So, we want H6 facing west.
There we go.
Ta-da!
Perfect.
I'm ashamed of how long it took me to figure that out because I didn't spot the birds before.
What was in the box?
When I was playing it the first time.
More wooden models. These are a little different to the one on the desk.
Now this will give us some interesting information, I think. A model resembling a child with green hair. A model resembling a woman with grey hair. A model resembling a red and white bird. A model resembling a broad-shouldered man. Wooden models have been hand-painted. The paint is not skillfully applied. A pot of red paint and a brush is laying nearby. The brush has some dried red paint on it. So that's the second thing we've seen. It's red and white and bird related.
Hello
Hey,
there.
Waffle. That's because this is the sequel to Detective Grimoire. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today.
Sir? Can you hear me?
That does explain it. There he is.
I'm Private Detective Grimoire. I have some questions for you.
Grimoire. Good mysterious name.
Just a good mysterious
I'd rather
name.
like it. Felix Fellow at your beck and call.
And, this is my colleague, Sally.
Yeah, that's a perfectly good name as well.
Thanks.
If you would, Mr. Fellow, we really need to ask you about the murder.
I must say I'm rather jealous of you two.
Oh yeah? Why's that?
Out here solving mysteries, exploring
I like
new
Felix.
places, uncovering secret rooms, hidden treasures. That's what life is all about.
Secret rooms?
Generally speaking, you know, that sort of thing.
Just a slip of the tongue, honest.
So, Felix, what exactly do you, do?
Is it not obvious? I'm an explorer. Explorer/treasure hunter. Yes, well, best in the world.
We're talking like curse statues, spike pits.
It's a little more sophisticated than that. But I've certainly seen my share of danger, if that's what you're asking.
And, if I may ask, when did you retire?
You listen here. I may be between ventures right now, but it's simply not in my nature to stay in one place for too long. I go wherever the
Warhammer,
winds
obviously.
of destiny take me.
Don't you live here with your wife and daughter?
Yes, well, the Fellow family has certain loyalties, and with Flora the way she is...
Nothing wrong with raising a family, Mr. Fellow.
Don't misunderstand me. Fiona and Flora are my entire world. They are the greatest treasure of all.
Uh-huh.
I love that. Like, he really misses going out and adventuring, but he loves his family so much. And we see more of that as we talk with him more as well.
Why on earth would you want to know about that?
The murder of Freya Fellow. The reason we're here.
Ah, right. Nasty business. Very unfortunate. I regret that I can't be of any help, but I wish you all the best in your investigation.
Hear that, Grimoire? We're done here. Let's go.
It's a simple question, Felix. I'm sure you're up to it.
Well, there's not much to tell. Mostly, I was in my room by myself, working on Flora's, working on a project.
Your room is quite close to Flora's tower. You didn't hear anything unusual?
What qualifies as unusual?
What have you got?
It was dusk. A feeling lingered in the air. Malevolent, perhaps. Uncertain, as life itself.
Abridged version, please.
Right. Fine. I heard someone heading down the stairs.
Pissing on his chips there.
Just outside my room. The footsteps were calm, orderly, so I thought nothing of it. Shortly afterward, I heard a second set of footsteps, going the same way. This time I could tell just from the sound that something was wrong. So I looked out into the hallway. I got a glimpse of Poppy disappearing down the staircase to the floor below. Didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. I thought perhaps she'd had a disagreement with Fitz, as I know those two are close. So I looked into his room, just in case, but it was empty, as was the garden beyond his window. Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her. We went into Flora's room. Poor Freya was laying on the floor. Fiona, Poppy, Fitz, and Pointer were there already. Flora too, of course. Soon enough, everyone else made their excuses and left.
Including you?
Not I. I stayed. Flora needed me. Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Yes, been married over 20 years now.
You two still get on?
Of course. What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak. She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of 3. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the way she is.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know.
No worries at all, Waffle. You take care. Thank you so much for popping in, though. And lots of love to you as well. It's been lovely to see you. And yes, I think if you enjoyed the first one, you'll love this one. I'm having a really good time with it so far. So I would definitely not want to spoil it for you. Yeah, I really like Felix as a character. Like, he's a lot of bluster and bravado, but I think underneath all of that, anything he says about his wife and his kids is 100% true.
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya
he
was
believes
so much
it.
more
He
than
loves
her
his family.
talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know. It taught me what she knew about wood carving, too.
See?
Tremendous patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes, especially after, especially recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather.
Oh, okay.
Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall.
Oh, that's right, yes.
You should take a look at it.
What about her inheritance?
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old. She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not. She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
Feels like he's sort of taken her under his wing a little bit.
You're the one currently basking in his presence. You tell me.
He does think a lot of himself, though.
My daughter Fiona. Our little burgeoning genius. You've met her?
We did.
Oh, yes.
She's going by Fifi these days.
So I've heard. I asked her some weeks ago, what's wrong with your real name? She told me, get this, she wanted a name with an even number of syllables. She makes up the strangest things when she's under pressure.
What makes you think she made that up?
I happen to know the real reason she prefers Fifi over Fiona.
Oh, yeah?
It's what Freya called her.
Aww.
Poppy's a good friend to my daughter. Always has been. I think they get on well because they're so different.
Different like how?
Poppy is, she's quite introspective, good with feelings. Fiona, not so much. Still, Poppy always seems to be sulking about something.
The heavy, heavy price of emotional intelligence.
Fucking mood. Yeah, I like Felix. I like all the characters, to be honest with you, except for Flora, but that's because I don't know anything about Flora. She doesn't give anything away, so there's nothing for me to, like, vibe off of, if you know what I mean. But Felix is a nice guy.
Charming, isn't it? Yes. Built by the Remington family originally. Dear Flora's
Fifi's
father and his
eccentric
associates.
But she's good-hearted.
But now it's owned by you? By the Fellow family?
The Fellows and the Pointers have both come to claim a certain degree of ownership.
And who named it Tangle Tower?
Flora chose the name.
What does it mean?
I think it was her intention that it mean nothing at all. Something of a fresh start.
From what?
This really isn't for me to say, but she had some kind of disagreement with her siblings. After they moved away, Flora changed the name of the house. I think perhaps she hoped it would make them feel unwelcome, is less likely to come back.
That's kind of extreme.
Yes, it is rather, isn't it?
If it works.
What's this?
Sometimes you gotta cut people out.
It's how I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
You mean to say you're bound by the limits of what's written in this little document? Sounds dreadful.
I found it comforting.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy. Rather ugly, isn't it, as far as statues go? Years of wind and rain have not been kind to it either.
Do you know
I don't know, I think it's kind of cute.
The creature, I mean.
It's connected to the Remington family history in some way, but I can't recall. I'm as confused as you are. It's unlike her to leave paint on the brush.
I think we'll give her a pass, given the circumstances.
Ah, yes, so we shall.
I genuinely think that's a really good bit of writing. Like, the events that have only unfolded in the last sort of 24 hours, and he flits between referring to her in the present and past. You see what I mean? Because it's not really sunk in yet. And I think that's a really nice little bit of writing that can quite easily go unnoticed. and then they bring it to the forefront with that conversation about her palette.
It would have been a beautiful painting. It's rather a shame Freya was unable to finish it.
Nothing about it seems strange to you.
Well, all these modern paintings are slightly strange, aren't they? The emotion of the piece taking over from, say, anatomical accuracy.
What about the knife in Flora's hand?
A knife? That's what you see?
You don't?
Well, as I was saying, Freya's artistic approach distorts certain shapes. Hard to say exactly what we're looking at. Flora's quite fond of that old thing. It's in poor shape, though.
Do you know what happened to it?
Uh-huh.
Can't say I do.
It's either... Well, I think it's either a feather from the bird that we've got the book about here. Because, look, there's the picture of the feather. You can just sort of see that. Or it's the bird itself. But I think it's more likely to be that she's holding a feather.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
But that does leave us with the question of what stabbed her.
Does Flora normally keep something in here?
She must do, but I admit I've never managed to work out what.
Why not just ask her?
I feel like if somebody keeps something locked away in a ceramic egg,
was she stabbed at all?
It's because they don't want to be asked about it.
Rules to live by.
We know she wanted to leave. Did she concoct all of this herself, perhaps? Has she faked her own death? That would be quite interesting. Would explain why there's no corpse here all of a sudden.
Looks like Freya's paints.
Do you know why the pots are cracked down one side?
No, that's very odd. They're normally in excellent condition.
You seem pretty sure about that.
He pays a lot of attention. Yeah, I'm wondering, Pudlord. I'm wondering.
Where did you find that?
It hadn't occurred to me previously, but...
Really?
The more time we spend with her family and her friends, the more I think maybe she's faked her own death.
Now this is still in very good condition.
Except for being broken.
From the crack, of course.
What about those shards on the inside of the horn?
Looks like somebody broke a glass and was trying to conceal the evidence. Cunning.
It's very specific. Why would he say that?
I've never been one for music. Why not ask Poppy instead?
Fair.
Oh dear.
Do you know who this is?
Not a clue. Why would someone lock up a book like that?
We think it's a secret diary.
Aha! Teenagers are funny, aren't they? That's one of Freya's paintings, is it not? It's impressive, but a little
exactly,
for my
Pudlord.
tastes. Freya was quite the talent. She had a way of capturing the spirits of her subjects. Not in an evil way, in a good way.
I like that. Not in an evil way. She didn't steal people's souls.
My daughter Fiona and her best friend, they grow up so fast.
Do you know why it's ripped like that?
Ah, yes. I didn't even notice. No idea. I've been carving for a couple of years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can see.
Do you paint them yourself too?
I do indeed. Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine. Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Hard fact, huh? So, you own a sword, Felix?
When he says hard fact, I'm immediately reminded of Bardic broadcasts.
Of course, I own a great many. But my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first and all that.
Just sort of waiting for him to go, gargoyle.
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh?
I like them.
I had to rush the
I think they're pretty.
final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people.
There's something about Felix's painting supplies. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Well, we're right here,
There's
so why not?
something about the image of Flora in the painting. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
We'll do that later. We're here with Felix now. That first.
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on
Yeah,
then. Now
we've been
quit
caught.
it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
Gee, I wonder what we could have that could do that.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
Yeah, about that. Blood was used to fill up this red paint pot before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Blood was used to fill up this red paint pot before Freya used it to paint Flora. Nope.
No? No, that can't be right, because there's blood in the pot, and in the palette, and on the brush. Oh. Have to do it the other way around. This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
This red paint pot
there we go.
Was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
So I've got the right answer, just not in the right
that's
order.
Definitely something. Right. Fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure, so I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know, perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Interesting.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday.
Yeah, there we go.
I needed
Birthday
red
present.
to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Well,
Or blood?
good question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
Yeah, that's fair. I really like Felix. Very thoughtful fellow. No pun intended, because that's also his surname, but you know what I mean. Okay, so that's all of the stuff for Felix. I think we'll go and confront Flora, just so that I don't have that to forget about, because I will forget otherwise.
So,
and then we'll finish up.
Painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand.
Yeah, it's creepy. But we didn't find a knife anywhere in the room. So what's going on?
It's not a knife. We need a clue to compare with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is.
So there you go, look. There's the feather. Guy just wanted to give his wife a present he worked hard on. Yeah, exactly. I really like Felix. Not only did he just want to make a nice present for his wife, but he also decided against giving her the present that he'd worked so hard on, because he didn't want to upset her more, because part of that present was a member of her family that she really cared about, who is now dead, and who she is suspected of murdering. Painted knife, it's actually just a feather from an ink dip bird.
The painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink dip bird.
Is she going to speak?
Definitely the right shape, but the book's not in color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink dip bird is red and white too? This little thing? I don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird as part of a gift for Flora. And come to think of it, why would Flora be holding a feather in the painting anyway?
The ink dip bird betrayed Flora, so she ate a single feather as evidence of a crime. I love some of the shit that this game comes up with. Okay, the ink dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by. I think that makes sense as a bargaining chip.
The ink dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
She kept the bird as a pet, and it died?
Maybe. Maybe it flew away.
Flora spends all her time staring out the window.
Hoping the bird will come
she
back.
Kept the feather. I think it was pretty important.
That's really
to her.
sad.
All right. So she was holding the feather while Freya was painting her. But where is it now? You'd think she'd keep it somewhere close by.
She lost her favourite pet.
Yeah,
She's
she
lost
does. Normally,
her favourite
this
niece.
is where Flora usually keeps her feather.
Not having a good birthday. She is not having a good birthday at all.
That we opened it. It's empty.
Mm-hmm. Completely empty. Flora?
Is she gonna speak?
She's pointing at something in the corner of the room.
It's just a pile of books. They're not...
The feathers in the books.
Wait, there's something tucked inside this one.
Aww. Flora's drawings. Drawings of Flora and a small bird. There's a handwritten message on the back. These are for you, love Freya. Aww. Oh, she really loved that little bird.
I like these drawings, Flora.
Is there a reason why you wanted us to see them? You haven't seen this yet, have you?
It's a little model of you. Who were the other people next to you? What do you think of your husband's hobby?
Do you have any hobbies?
Being quiet is her hobby.
This is a photo of Fifi, isn't it? Your daughter?
She's a quiet one.
Have you seen this book before? Do you know who it belongs to?
Ooh. 2 sets of ellipses.
She was going to say something there.
She thought about it. Okay, we've run out of things to show her. Oh, we've got a couple of people to show her. You're talking to Flora's ghost. It feels that way, doesn't it?
Grimoire, what could you possibly be writing down?
Oh no, I gave up making notes ages ago. Now I'm just doodling in the margins.
Fair.
We spoke to your daughter, Fifi. She's some kind of super intelligent scientist. You must be proud of her.
Aw, little nod. She's
We
proud.
met Felix, your husband.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of our suspects, and he seems pretty suspicious if you ask me. So, if you want to stick up for him, now's your chance.
Oof.
Nice try.
Ice Maiden. Hot damn. Yeah, I feel really bad for her now. Like, she's not helping us or herself by being quiet all the time, but she's not having a good time of it. I think I'd probably clam up if I was having this shit of a birthday too. Tried to get to an Ice Queen through her king. Bad idea. Yeah, very bad idea. I bet she'll talk if the bird comes back. Okay, so that's where we're gonna leave it. We've made a lot of progress though. We've only got a few rooms left to unlock, and we've only got a couple of places and a couple of people left to meet. No, we don't want that button. But yeah, I hope you folks have enjoyed this. We're going to play some more of it on Sunday. I was actually going to save this for Sunday as a bit of a palate cleanser after our last point-and-click adventure game, because this is still spooky, but it's much more light-hearted. It's very whimsical and playful, and I thought that'd be a nice sort of counter to the cosmic horror that we'd experienced last weekend. But with my arthritis being as it is this week, we're playing it tonight. We'll finish playing it probably on Sunday, and then we can play the other game, the other Detective Grimoire game, because I have that as well. But yeah, I decided against what we were actually going to play next for Sunday, which is the Rusty Lake games, because I think they might be a little bit too much for some folks. So a change of pace seemed like a good plan. you very much everyone for joining me this evening. I hope you've had a good time. I certainly have. I really like this game. It's cute, it's funny, it knows when to take a more serious tone. It's got really nice music, beautiful art, really wonderful character designs. You're most welcome, Podlord. Thank you for being here. We do have a giveaway active on the stream. Huh, that was weird. Let's hope that never happens again. Right, let's try that again. We do have a giveaway active on the stream. It's for a copy of While True Learn, which is a programming puzzle game. It is very fun. I own it already, which is why there's a copy of the code up for grabs tonight. So if you want to get in on the action for that, ! ticket will get you 1 ticket to enter. You can purchase up to 10 tickets by saying ! ticket, space, and then the number of tickets you wish to purchase up to a value of 10. You've got a little bit of time whilst I get the giveaway page back up, and loving the Lavender Town theme. Well, don't get too used to it, Kian. It will be going away at the end of the month. It is just here for Spooky Month. But I'm glad you like it. It took me a while to pick the ending soon music for the Spooky Month streams, but until the next time Concept gets up to murder, indeed. And you're most welcome, Kian. You're most welcome indeed. Thank you for being here. So, for anyone that wants to enter the giveaway, I can see one person has entered. So if you want to give them a run for their money, you have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and a little bit for the lag. The giveaway is closed. And as we only had one entrant, our winner with a 100% chance to win is Torpor. Congratulations, Torpor. I will send you your code a little later. Okay. What do I need to tell you? I am quite surprised, indeed. Indeed. Obviously, massive thank you to everyone for coming along this evening at the lack of other entries. Oh, I see, I see. I thought you were meaning I won. I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Well, not that shocked. Thank you everyone for coming along today. Special thank yous to Vanilla Peaches and Jittery Pancakes for the follows, to Rentsy and Flintstride for the raids, and to Bearded Cyborg and Podlord for the resubs. Very much appreciated. You're most welcome, Torpor. But whether you've been active in chat, or whether you've been hanging out in the Lurkers Lounge, whether it's your first time here, whether you've been here 100 times before, whether you are supporting the stream financially, or whether you're just hanging out and supporting with the vibes, I really do appreciate you all being here, so thank you. Each and every one of you. It is genuinely humbling that you keep coming back. And I know I say that every time, but it's true. I'm never going to get over the fact that you keep coming back. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate you all. So thank you. Now, it's time for me to send you off somewhere. Where shall we go? Oh, decisions, decisions. So many options. Oh, I tell you what. We are gonna go and watch one of my fellow Clock Tower teammates do some Castlevania speedrunning. I'm gonna go see Abby's Corner. Abby is a fantastic streamer and an exceptional speedrunner. Well worth a follow. Come on, Chibi10. There we go. doing some Symphony of the Night speedruns, which are always a joy to watch. Really, really good fun. So please do give a follow, or at the very least, hop on in with the raid if you can. Be very much appreciated. I'm going to show Abby some love. Now, I will be back on Friday. We will be starting Bendy and the Dark Revival. Very exciting stuff. So hopefully I'll see you all then. But until I do see you next, I want you to take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Wash your fucking crime scenes. And have a wonderful rest of your week, everyone, however you're spending it. Now, go say hi to Abby for me. Bye-bye.